Hello, welcome into another season of the Danny Sancomb Show. My name is Matt Keifer. I'm the Sports Information Director here with the California Vulcans. And with me is the namesake of the show, head coach Danny Sancomb. Coach, welcome back. Been a long off season, it seems like, but at the same point, a great off season for you outside the basketball court. But I'm sure you're glad to be back coaching and doing what you love to do.
Absolutely. Welcome back. Happy to be back. And we are in the grind now.
Again, at this point, we've already had 3 games. You basically played 3 games in 4 days. And basically, I told you the other day, you guys are road warriors because you're not playing home again until December 10th. This could debut at home, and even then, that's in Hammer Hall. So it's going to be a while still before you play at the Convocation Center.
Yeah, we have a tough road. Thought our team would be ready for that, and so far we've gotten off to a good start.
And again, this roster, it looks very familiar for those who watched the Vulcans last year. You have the advantageous position of having all but 28 points of your team coming back from last year, plus the return of Zion Collins and Bryson Lucas and the addition of typical freshmen. So you got to be really excited as a coach knowing there's so much veteran leadership and just knowledge of the program.
Yeah, we're still a pretty young team with only 2 seniors, but we have a lot of experience. Guys played a lot last year, and they just figured it out as the year went on. Guys continued to improve. So obviously this offseason we were excited about the upcoming season, and the guys have worked hard thus far and put ourselves in good position.
Yeah, let's just do a quick breakdown of the roster here since it's still early in the year and a lot of people haven't. I had a chance to obviously see you guys because nobody really traveled, but obviously you have 2 seniors coming back. Both guys have been around for a long time, been with you since you came here to Cal, and Jermaine Hall Jr. and Zion Collins back this year.
Yeah, I love both of them. Those guys are what our program is all about. Great leadership, obviously great talents as well, but they've done a really good job leading. Zion had a little bit of tendonitis throughout the preseason. His knee seems to be feeling well, and Jermaine is just continues to carry on and be a great leader in our program.
In your junior class, by athletic year, obviously you got Cam Pollock back, Keith Palak, DJ Slaughter, Caden Hanna, and might be one other one there, but overall, veteran juniors that played a lot. Obviously, Cam and Keith played almost every minute last year. Keith's been around the program a long time, and Cam coming his way back from an off-season low injury there.
Yeah, Keith obviously a captain. He does a little bit of everything for us, scores, rebounds, passes the ball exceptionally well, very good player for us. Cam, is one of the best shooters in the conference in the country, really good shooter. Looking forward to getting him back hopefully here soon with his wrist. And, Caden Hanna really did a good job for us last year coming off the bench and being active and doing a lot of good things. And then DJ obviously did a great job handling the ball for us, distributing the ball, and playing good defense. So having that core back is just good because they're very, very experienced. Cam, DJ, and Keith, I believe, started every game last year for us, which really helps.
And in your sophomore class, you go in. Bryson Lucas coming back after a year off, but again, it was a major role as a true freshman. And then KJ McClurg's just been lights out this year, but a sophomore there, and the Goins brothers.
Yeah, with KJ, he just continued to get better last year, had a great year. Really thought, he was good enough to be freshman of the year in our league, and he's just continued to work hard through the summer and just came back a better player. So he's gotten off to a great start for us, does a little bit of everything. You see the points, but he rebounds, he plays great defense, he distributes the ball. So just well-rounded player for us for sure. And then getting Bryson Lucas back just helps us, tremendously. He's such a talented player. He does everything. He's so active defensively. He's active on the glass. He scores the basketball, really anchors our defense down and can protect the rim and can also, guard on the perimeter. So he's a very versatile player. And then with the Goins, Seth, good shooter, very active, good teammate, does everything right. And Jalen has really had a productive preseason. I could tell he had a big summer and is working extremely hard and continues to get better. Played very well for us the other night.
Yeah, sophomore by eligibility, but one I forgot because, again, he's been around so long. It's Donald Whitehead, the point guard, obviously for you guys coming back now, moving to the starting role this year.
Yeah, Donald obviously came on really strong last year when he got back with us and has just carried on. He had a great preseason, has gotten off to a good start. And distributes the ball extremely well. He scores the ball for us, plays great defense at the top of our defense, and we're excited and expecting big things out of him this year. And he's just grown to as a leader. Don's a little bit quiet, but his vocalness and leadership is starting to come out more and more each and every day.
And then you got your freshman class coming in, true freshmen, they're all new guys. And then Antoine Arnett, a redshirt freshman for you guys, was around the program last year but didn't get a chance to play.
Yeah, Antoine is a very versatile player for us. Obviously had the patella tendon injury last year. To get him back is very helpful. Rebounded the ball very well, defended for us very well, and just gives us a good athlete on the perimeter and in the interior. He can go between the 3 and the 4, and just is very, very versatile, and has gotten off to a good start for his freshman campaign.
And then your other freshmen, you're getting some chance to see them here in practice, still learning the system, but in some games at least being able to get some minutes in right now.
Yeah, Dalman Alexander has started to show us some things. He's very versatile, long, athletic. He's going to be a very good player. We have Eli and Andre and Jason also are going to be contributors. Obviously, we got a veteran team, but those guys are working hard, getting better, and I like where they're at. Obviously, they got to continue to grow, but they're working extremely hard, and they're going to find some time this year to get out there and help us for sure.
Now, again, it's still early in the year, but again, basically the season always starts with a preseason poll. Some coaches hate them, some coaches love them, but again, with so much returning, Cal got a lot of attention in the preseason poll this year, being picked second, the highest they've been in a long, long time. They also got 4 first-place votes. It also tells you what the coaches think of what the roster actually has and what kind of talent here is with the Vulcans. But taking a look at the overall poll here, working our way from the bottom, Edinboro, they finished 7-20 last year, but they have a first-year head coach in Justin Jennings, who came from Drexel and played at Penn State Barron, so he obviously knows Erie County and northwestern Pennsylvania well. But taking over a new program, you've been there, you know it's a challenge.
Yeah, anytime you start, it's from scratch. Don't know a lot about him. I'm sure he's going to work hard, and Edinboro, he's going to put a competitive team out there. I have not had a chance to watch them this year, but I think they are 1-1 to start the campaign, so he's gotten off to a decent start.
And then working our way back up, at 8 is Clarion, 3-25 last year, but 7 is Gannon, another first-year head coach. You're going to notice a theme here with a lot of firsts and different faces, but they finished 14-13 last year. They made the PSAC tournament, lost to UPJ, but their new coach, Jordan Fee, is a former coach at Nova Southeastern, which won the national title last year, and played at West Liberty when Crutchfield was there. So, again, he brings a high-scoring offense, to say the least. They've scored 140, 91, and 146 points their first 3 games. And yes, I did say 140 twice. So it's a team that will definitely fill up the basket there.
Yeah, and they had 2 good wins opening week down in Charleston. So, they've gotten off to a great start.
And then 6, Seton Hill, second-year head coach, led them with a 13-win improvement there. Easily could have been case made. Could have been coach of the year last year, given what they had and how much they changed their program. But they did lose their all-conference player from last year. And then 5, UPJ. Finally, John Paul Kromka is off the roster there. He's been there a long, long time. He was a highly, highly productive player for the Mountain Cats and Ricovino. They made the quarterfinals last year, and they made the regionals, but they lost to West Lib. But they do bring back the freshman of the year. You talked about KJ, but Andrew Scholl had a heck of a year for the Mountain Cats last season.
Yeah, very good player. They'll have a whole new look. I think they graduated 5 seniors. They had a great group, obviously, going to the NCAA tournament. So, he's starting back over with a young group. I imagine that team will continue to get better as the year goes on.
And the top half of it here, starting with Slippery Rock, they were 17-12 last year, lost in the first round to UPJ in the PSAC. They lost 2 all-PSAC guys, but again, Slippery Rock doesn't matter the coach the last 15 years or so. They rely on a lot of transfers, a lot of JUCOs, and they're always athletic.
Yeah, talented roster this year. They got off to a good start. They opened up last night with a win. They did a really good job recruiting, and they have a great core coming back. They'll be a very, very good basketball team.
And then number 3, Mercer's 25-6 overall. They lost IUP in the PSAC championship game. They lost in the regional semifinals to West Liberty. West Liberty was a tough team for a lot of PSAC teams last year in the regionals, but they returned their all-conference player in Jeff Palutis, but they lost 3 all-PSAC guys. But Gary's a great coach. He always has a team ready to play, and they always play tough defense.
Yeah, they're a well-coached, good program. They're going to find ways to win games. Obviously, a lot of new faces. I would imagine their team, as the year goes on, will continue to get better.
And then Cal was at 2, and number 1, no surprise, 4-time defending champion IUP. They were number 1 in the country for multiple weeks last year. They still return Ethan Porterfield. I swear he's been there forever, but again, same point, he's a heck of a player for them. He's been the MVP the last 2 PSAC championships, but they lost 3 all PSAC players, including the player of the year, Shondale Jones.
Yeah, they got great tradition. Obviously, Porterfield's good back. They have some other key players back that will probably continue to get better. I'm sure they recruit it well. So, they're a great program, and they'll have an opportunity, I'm sure, to win a lot of games again.
Yep, so that takes a look at the preseason aspect of the poll and also the roster. We'll take a quick break here and break down the first 3 games here with Coach.
Come on out to the Convocation Center and support men's and women's basketball for the 2023-2024 season. The Vulcans are looking to put the PSAC on notice this year after both teams are picked towards the top of the preseason conference rankings. There will be 13 men's games and 16 women's games at home. Follow calvulcans.com for any update. All games will be live on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC network.
Come out. Our team's going to be very exciting. We have a lot of good players. I think we play the game the right way, very up-tempo. I think we're going to be able to score some points. I think our defense is going to be great. Our guys have great energy.
Come to our games. I think once you get here, you'll really like what you see. I think it's exciting. These players put in a ton of time, a ton of effort to put out a good product on the floor. And like I said, I think it's super exciting, and you'll really want to come back.
The PSAC Digital Network is on the cutting edge of live event production and streaming. Every season, the PSAC Digital Network features nearly 2,000 contests, over 1 million unique viewers, over 26 million minutes watching thrilling PSAC competition, including 22 PSAC championship tournaments and events. Since its beginning in the 2017-18 season, the PSAC Digital Network has continued to grow its viewership and improve its quality every year in order to capture exciting highlights, captivating moments, and the championship experience that only the PSAC can offer. All 18 PSAC member institutions have a completely cost-free online portal that makes tuning into your favorite team just one click away. Find it all on the web at PSACSportsDigitalNetwork.com.
Hello, welcome back to the first edition of the Danny Sancomb Show this year. My name is Matt Keifer. With me is head coach Danny Sancomb. Coach, obviously a nice start to the season there, going down to Bowie, Maryland. A brand new gym, thanks to Kevin Durant, native of Maryland there. I gave a ton of money there, and I'm sure the court was amazing. They probably brought lots of bells and whistles to this weekend to have the first games on that new court.
It was great. They did a nice job with it. The atmosphere was great. The floor and stuff looked great. New baskets. Lighting in there. It was really, really nice.
Now, you open up the year with Fayetteville State, the preseason favorite in one of the CIAA divisions. So, again, not taking it easy, going right in at. That was an interesting game from the first half standpoint. You had a lead in the first half, but you entered halftime tied 24-24.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're picked to win the CIAA, the South Division. Very physical, big, strong team. Very good defensively. We had a lead, and we just turned the ball over too much the last 4.5 minutes of the first half. And they made us pay, and we're able to get back in the game and tie it going into half.
Now, again, it ends up being a 60-43 victory for the Vulcans. So, again, you outscored them 36-19 in the second half. So the guys definitely took the message there, shot 55% in the second half. So they definitely were finding their shots and getting to be able to score some points.
Yeah, with us, we got a talented group offensively, and we just got to believe in each other. I thought in the second half we moved the ball exceptionally well, and we just got better shots. I think in the first half we were a little bit too antsy. Right when we touched the ball, we wanted to go do it instead of getting a little bit of reversal, stretching the defense, and creating some driving lanes. And in the second half, we shot a little bit better and just moved the ball very well. And
again, in that game, you had Donald Whitehead, 14 points, 5 rebounds, KJ, 13 points, 7 rebounds, and then Zion off the bench, 13 points, 9 rebounds. So nice balance there for some guys. And then Bryce had 9 and Keith had 7. So the balance scoring, which is, again, a theme you're going to see throughout these 3 games.
Yeah, I think so. Just they all have the ability to make plays, and they did a really good job, especially in the second half. Those guys, Donald had a really good game. He controlled the tempo. Zion came off the bench, gave us big minutes, and then KJ really in the second half played really, really well for us.
Another thing I noticed when looking through the box scores in the game, Fayetteville State only shot 4 of 15, 26.7% from three-point lane. So you're reducing the chances of them trying to come back by limiting their chances of being not successful from beyond the arc.
Yeah, we defended the 3 very well over the weekend.
So then you come back again the next day. Bowie State, always a challenge when you go back-to-back days, especially at the beginning part of the season. But again, you basically end up playing 3 and 4, so there was really no rest for the weary there on that one. Ends up being an 82-61 victory over the Bulldogs there.
Yeah, and we just got off to a good start. We played well defensively the entire game. I was really happy with how we played defense in both the opening weekend games. Offensively, we moved the ball very well. We shared the ball very well, and we just created a lot of opportunities and really kind of ran away with the game in the second half just by playing good defense and really moved it well on offense.
Now, offensively, you had KJ and Keith going both for 20 points. KJ shooting 9 of 13 and Keith 7 of 14. So it's not only scoring but being effective scorers.
Yeah, very efficient, both of those guys. KJ really got it going from the three. He got some open looks, and we moved the ball and found him, and he does what he does. If he's open, he's a really good shooter, and he's going to make defenses pay. And then Keith just was very good from the outside, driving and posting. Did a really good job throughout the game for us as well.
And then again, Zion off the bench, 15 points, 5 rebounds. And then Lucas had 8 rebounds. So again, just overall team efforts.
Yeah, really good. I think Zion was 6 of 7 from the field, just very efficient and broke down their defense very well. And Bryson was extremely active in both games on the glass for us.
And you talked about being on the glass, 46 points in the paint. And again, 4 of 18 shooting for Bowie State from beyond the arc. So obviously, getting it done, keeping it there. Now, to come back late Saturday night, and you have a game Monday, the guys don't get much Sunday off because they got a game prep for their opponent there. So you come back, you practice in Hamer on Sunday, just trying to implement a game plan. Now, when you have 3 games in 4 days like that, how do you implement that? Is that something you look far ahead, or is it just one of those things, just take what you do well from the first 2 and just really enhance that for the 3rd game?
No, it's just late nights, coming back on the bus, watching game film, getting things ready, getting up early on Sunday and having things ready, and then having a walk through at 12. Obviously wasn't the most taxing practice, but we schedule that, because, when you get to, tournament time, a lot of times you play back-to-back, have a day off, and then play again. So we thought that would be a good test for our team, and we handled it well. Our energy on Sunday, I was tired when the guys came down and we were going to watch film, and they're just so into it, and we're so ready to go. It just made me feel like I was 25 again. So it was really good energy. We had a really good practice, and I just felt like we'd go out and play well on Monday.
And then Monday you get down to Buckhannon, West Virginia Wesleyan. You end up pulling out a 96-70 victory, a 3rd in-region victory, 2 of them on the road, 1 being neutral site. But it's always good to get those in-region victories on the road. Yeah,
and I just, from the start of the game, I liked how we were locked in. I thought in the first half, defensively, we played exceptionally well. We moved the ball very well. We had a couple possessions that I think, are about as good offensive possessions as you can have in getting wide open shots and moving the basketball. And second half, I thought we put our guard down a little bit defensively. I was a little bit disappointed with how we finished the game defensively. But overall, offensively, we moved the ball, shared the ball, had a lot of guys score in different ways. So I was, happy with our offensive game. Just want to play better defensively than we were in the second half.
And we've talked about efficient, exact identical, 19 of 35 from the floor in both halves. Very rarely ever seen. So you shoot over 50% in the game. KJ goes for 19 and 8. Bryson 19 and 9. Jermaine 17 points on 8 of 12. Really got going there in only 19 minutes. Zion had 8 rebounds, 10 points, and Antoine getting 14 minutes off the bench in that game.
Yeah, really good. Started just with Bryson, had great energy. Played exceptionally well offensively and defensively, and rebounded the ball and created so many opportunities with defensive rebounds, outletting the ball quickly to our guys to get some easy baskets in transition. It was great. KJ didn't have his best shooting game, but he did everything else. He got on the glass. He drove the ball, was able to get to the foul line. Very efficient night. He's been very solid for us. And then it was great to see Jermaine get going. He had some open looks, knocked them down, ran the floor, made some good cuts, had some dunks. So it was good to see him get into a good offensive groove. And then Zion has been very solid for us, just controlling the game. Defensively, he did a great job. Obviously guarded a guy that was scoring 32 points a game, and I think he was 0 for 7 versus Zion in the game, and Zion blocked one of his jump shots, so did a terrific job for us. Obviously did a good job assisting the ball and scoring the ball. So it was just a really good team win for us.
And the Mountain East obviously scores a lot of points in that league. And again, you held them to 3 of 25 shooting from beyond the arc. As I said, really keeping these teams down from the perimeter there has definitely been a key so far this season.
Yeah, we want to defend the 3 always. We felt like 2 years ago we did a really good job with that, and we felt last year we just weren't quite as good defensively last year. I think we improved as the year went on, but we were never Just a great defensive team. I think obviously our guys are a year wiser, but stronger. They worked hard in the offseason, and getting some guys back really help us on that end with Bryson and Zion. They're two terrific defenders at their position, and they really can guard. Bryson can guard 1 through 5, and Zion really can guard 1 through 4. So that gives us a lot of versatility on defense.
Yeah, you've been here 6 years now. The depth of this roster, you've always had a relatively tight rotation, but the depth and the ability to go to the bench this year is going to be something I think you'll be, as a coach, glad to see, but also quality depth and experience depth.
Yeah, I like our team. Obviously, we've got a lot of guys that can play, and I've got to work hard to find where I can get them in, where they can be successful. But practices this year have been so competitive. And our guys have had such good energy. So, having that many guys that can play is a new thing for us. So we really do like that. Our coaching staff, and me especially, has to really find ways we can get these guys in where they can be successful.
Now, again, you played 3 and 4 days, but now you get a nice little break here. You don't play again until next Wednesday, right before Thanksgiving, and going to Lincoln. Another in-region contest, but in Lincoln, so it's going to be nice for some of those guys from New Jersey, Maryland, be able to do that right before Thanksgiving, and then being able to go home right after that kind of contest.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're playing good basketball. They're 2-1 right now, and had a good win down in Florida last night. They're very good offensively. They move the ball. They have good perimeter players. They have good post players. They defend extremely well. So it's going to be a great challenge. So I'm glad we have some practice time here now to get on some things and continue to get better. I think this team still has a high ceiling. I don't think we're close to reaching where we can be as the year goes on. We just got to be steady and consistent with our work habits.
Now, again, that's next Wednesday. You have a contest there at Lincoln, but then it's Thanksgiving break. And again, you still won't have a chance to see the Vulcans until December 10th, but they do come back in early December, play a couple crossover games against PSAC East teams, both on the road. But again, still more road tests here before you come home.
Yeah, absolutely. And playing in true road environments, it's obviously a advantage for the home team. So we know, in our league especially, you always got to be ready to play. But when you're going on the road, you've got to be ready to execute in a hostile environment and do what you do.
So it's been a good start so far for the Vulcans. 3 games, 3 wins. But again, thank you for taking the time here, Coach. Enjoy your holidays. We'll catch you back after Thanksgiving, I'm sure, before we start PSAC crossover play. But thanks for watching the Danny Sancomb Show.